Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another day of GDQ. Um, it's your boy Dax, right? And today we're gonna be doing a little bit of a speed run right here. So thank you everyone for joining. I really like GDQ's events. I'm glad they let me on the show. And we're going to be doing any percent Super Mario Odyssey. I am very excited to showcase the tricks and the stuff you can do in this run. I'm very, very excited. So let's get into it. So yeah, we've already raised 1.3 million dollars already. So let's get that goal to 1.5 million. And if we hit the Minecraft goal, I will actually wear the Cappy hat back there. So I'm pretty excited for this. Sorry I couldn't come to the event, but you know, online is good enough. Anyways, let's get into the speedrun. So I'm gonna start my offset right now. I have a minus 15-second offset just to get some good leeway for a trick that I'm going to be explaining later in the run. All right. Pretty excited about this. So yeah, basically we're to be starting started capturing. So as you can see, these like yellow sparks. I'm actually doing motion controls. One of the fastest ways to run this game you know, shaking your controller. So those yellow sparks coming out of Mario, that's me doing motion control shakes. And another thing is, as you saw, I actually clicked on the trigger to zoom out the camera there, so it takes about a second. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of rolling in this run. And there's some pretty cool movement in a category like this. So yeah. So yeah, as you see, I'm gonna be capturing this frog, and you're gonna be seeing me do something called vectoring, where I move this frog around a 45-degree angle or just a certain angle. Gets more speed and distance for these jumps. Ooh, I messed that part up. That's fine. And yeah. Okay, let's see if I get a hit left side. This is about a 2-second time save if I get it. No. Unfortunate. So yeah, basically that's a pretty good time save there. But actually it's only missing like 4 seconds. So yeah, it's about 2 seconds. But it's okay, luckily we could just back it up and climb it up. The normal way to do that is to actually take the right side up the ramp, but we want to be speedy gamers, so yeah. Alright. And there we go, that's Cap King. Ooh, I messed up. Okay, not a great cap, but you know, we take it. We take those. We can't be resetting over here. Alright. Now what we're gonna do is, this is actually like the introduction of the game. It's actually the first one you collect, so what you're seeing is I'm gonna capture this change on this spot, and that is the first moon of the run. So yeah, there's gonna be 124 moons that you have to collect throughout the entire run, and there's actually a trick coming up that I'm gonna be doing. Let's see if we can get it. I'm only gonna give it one attempt, so hopefully we get it. The trick is called DSS. It's very precise, so if I miss it, don't be surprised. There we go. Just like that. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's basically a rock climbing simulator. Just little precise spot on the wall that you can actually get on, and it stays about 10 seconds over the original track where you use dinosaurs. So that was actually really cool that I got that trick. That's not a easy one. I'm actually really excited that I hit that. But anyways, now, as you can see, I'm going to just doing these fast strats where I stop the chomper, and that fight takes way faster with these fast strats. But yeah, that's going to be doing it for Cascade. Just roll kids right into this moon. And yeah, that's Cascade. So Cascade only has about 5 moons, but it only takes about 3 minutes. There's going to be 1 moon left that we're about to grab. We're not done yet, though. There's this last room on the side of the cliff. There's actually an alternative where you can do a clip of a chest, but it only stays about a second or 2, so it doesn't say much. There you go. And there you go. There's Cascade for you. Pretty cool, though. Oh, we got a little bit of technical difficulties in the booth. Yep, it's fine. So now we just entered Sand Kingdom, and we're going to be doing this trick called DSTA, where I had an offset, and I set my time to daylight savings time, so I can actually take this seed, and it grows instantly, but the real amount of time this seed takes grows 20 minutes, so yeah, a little trick there. And also we're going to grab this bit up here. Yep. There you go. And as you can see, the seed grows instantly, just like that. That's a really cool trick that you can do at home. You actually, all you have to do is just, and if you miss that, you can actually like push an hour or a day or a minute, you know, not a minute, sorry, an hour a day, and that can still work. So there's another version of it that's manual, but luckily we got the leeway for it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this dune up here. And some people think that this moon is almost exactly in the middle. It's actually not true. It may feel like it, but that can feel a little weird as well. But anyways, we're going to grab one here, grab this one on the archway. And now we're going to be doing a very cool trick coming up. This is Dram. It'd be really cool if I hit it. It's about a 5-second time save in sand, so let's see if we can do it. Oh, I guess too low. We can go for it though. Yeah, too low. Unfortunate. That's fine. All you can do is actually just do this back over every climb like this. Alright. Oh, the bullet bill crashed, but unfortunate. It's fine. We just gotta wait a little bit longer. It's not, luckily, DRAM isn't too much time loss, as long as you know what you're doing with the backup. Ooh, why is it full film? So yeah, and as you can see, I actually left that moon there because we're gonna be doing another route, platform flip route. So yeah, we're gonna go over here. Gonna climb up to the top. That's called reverse Jaxi. Basically, you scale that without going through the Jaxi sub area. We're gonna grab this moon real quick. And we're doing this another trick where basically I'm gonna manipulate a bill at the right time to grab this moon instantly, without even having to manually capture and bring it all the way. I'm gonna put my camera down here. Recycling. Oop. That's fine. Okay, well that was a little rough, but it's fine. So now, as you can see, this is platform clip. Basically, this platform, if you cap at the right time, you just clip. Ah, I messed it up. It's fine. There you go. No! Ah, that's unfortunate. It's okay. This is not the easiest thing to do. So here, we're gonna try to go for it again. That should work. There we go. That works. So yeah, a little bit of errors, but it's fine. Basically, we grab this moon, and then we go right into the Sphinx. And this is an alternative from going to the Oasis, where like there's cactus and palm trees. But yeah. And then we just grab this last moon in the luggage. Just spin pounding to the ground. And there we go. And as you can see, I'm actually doing this this mechanic with movement called a spin pound, where I do 2 rotations with the analog stick, and it's just it inputs faster in the game than an actual ground pound. So yeah, there we go. That's Sand Kingdom. Not too great, but you know, we're here to have fun. Yep. Yeah, just like that, there's Sand Kingdom. Yeah. We're losing about, like, what, 40 seconds to what I normally do, but that's fine. Alright. So now we got another cool trick coming up. I feel like I want to say that, like, every kingdom, but we got another cool trick coming up. This is about a 5-second time save. It's called Lake Clip, and it's actually coming up pretty soon, because it's pretty early in the Lake Kingdom. But we gotta grab a few moons before that, so yeah. So over here, there's actually a moon you can get over here in the ground. So we're just gonna spin pound to the ground like that. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to open this area up with the zipper. And got this moon. Okay, so now this trick is called Lake Clip. That should work. Very nice. There we go, as you can see. I did something called a seam clip where 2 walls meet in like a corner. There's a little bit of space that you can actually throw Cappy through, roll through, and actually clip out of bounds. And we actually up through so we can capture the checkpoint up to here. So this is actually really good. That was a really good Lake Clip. See ya. Just like that. And then you're gonna roll down here. Grab this moon. And there's actually an alternative route, which is the beginner any percent route, which you actually fight the Rango boss fight. You grab 5 moons, then the Rango boss fight. But the Rango boss fight cutscene takes a while, so we do this alternative to save a little bit of time. How are we doing on that Minecraft incented? Oh wow, we're pretty close. Then I'm just gonna roll cancel like, okay. I tried to roll cancel there. Saves a little bit of time, but yeah. And just like that, that's Lake Kingdom for you. Honestly, not that bad of a lake. There you go. And just like that, we are leaving Lake Kingdom. So yeah, we're leaving Lake Kingdom. Lake Kingdom is pretty short. It takes about 3 minutes. Luckily, we can just, you know, we can just zoom through it. Anyways, we got another cool reroute in Wooded Kingdom that is gonna come up pretty soon. But we gotta do some stuff before there. So we're gonna start off rolling and getting this rock, and we're double jumping to keep our momentum to smack this bunny in the face. As opposed to using Cappy and being a little slow. It just speeds up the time. And then, yeah. And just like that, 2 moons already. Pretty quick. Then we're going to go into first person mode there. Just saves a little bit of time. Doesn't save much. It's like less than a second. And it just makes us talk to the NPCs faster. Now we're going to be doing this route called Tree Route. So we're going to go with this cool movement up right here. And we're going to take this up right at the top of this tree, and that's why it's called Tree Route, because we incorporate this tree. There's multiple nut flip routes, but this is the fastest one. Yeah. So now we're going to be going for a nut clip. Hopefully I can get it for you. Oops. So yeah, if we basically... There we go. We got it. Alright, a little sloppy. Basically, if I hug against the wall and cap at the right time, Mario's goes out of bounds for a few seconds, and he can actually push through the wall. But if you grab, like, if you cap throw at the right time, on a certain frame of the moon, you just flip right through the wall. And then we run up here by just spamming A. So yeah, that's not cool for you. And that's the whole nut clip route. The eternal route is to go and open a gate, and the gate will lead you to where I am right now. It'll lead you to an uproot, and you use an uproot and climb up to this nut, but it's a little slow, so we try to be a little bit more speedy about it. We're going to capture this uproot, and we're just going to grab this moon here. But yeah, I really like Wooded. It's pretty cool movement, and the tricks that you do are pretty cool. There's actually there's actually other ways to do Wooded, like there's some triple clips, but they're a little out of my skill range, so we're not going to be going for them. There's a trick called the pipes clip and maze clip, but again, like out of my skill range. But hopefully, when I get better, I can showcase them to you guys. So yeah. There you go. And now we're doing this variant of FRS where we long jump off that fence, then time a triple jump, so that's FRS. Basically skips the flower road. And in Tree Route, the flower road doesn't spawn because we have to kill the piranha plant. But Tree Route skips the piranha plant because the cutscene for it takes like an extra 3 seconds over like Spiritless nut clip. So yeah. We're almost done. We're just gonna capture this uproot and make our way up to here. And we're just gonna grab these 2 moons with the uproot. Now we're going into another sub area pretty quickly soon. Also, to prevent a stun, we jump on a bird. That was a little scuffed. you go and get this nut around the corner. That's actually the name of the moon, nut around the corners. Odyssey's names of moons can be so literal. Like there's one that's like post. There's one that says poke pin your nose through a glass wall. That's literally one of the names of moons. It's funny. But yeah. Now as you can see, I'm going to be tightening up my movement because I'm going to do a fast pipe flip cycle. So if you actually tighten up your movement here, you can actually do this without taking any damage. So there we go. Oh, I actually messed it up, but luckily I can just back it up like this. So yeah, I actually messed up the cycling, but I got a good backup. That cycle probably saves around 5 from like actually waiting for the water to rise, and also when you take damage, the moon takes longer to grab. Hey, there you go. There's wooded for you. Let's see some donations. There we go. We're leaving Wooded Kingdom in about under 20 minutes, which is about what I expected to leave at, which is pretty good for a marathon run. But World Record can leave Wooded Kingdom almost under 17 minutes. Maybe I've already done it. I think the runner by the name of Mitch, who's like second place in this game, who's like a low 56, he has a sub 17 award, I'm pretty sure. He has like the only 17, sub 17. A 2-player, you can definitely get under 17. So if anything, it could go down to like 4x or something. 2 players about a minute faster than the category, which is super nuts. Also, I didn't get to really talk, but as you can see, when I time this capture to take Mr. Bowser, I'm actually doing this trick called fast hatch. Instead of like waiting for Bowser to throw out his hats and then, you know, going through all that crap, we just straight to these hats. And also, we're gonna actually damage Boost here because it makes this part easier. And there's fast hatch. Saves about 10 seconds or something. So instead of that fight taking you like 2+ minutes as a casual, it takes about a minute and a half, which is cool. And here we go, up to a kingdom that has killed a lot of people's runs and can be pretty scary. This is the Lost Kingdom. So let's do it. So basically there's a strat here called Meme Tree. And basically we're going to use this tree to actually grab some moons, because in this kingdom there's a bird named Klepto, and he will take your hat, and it loses about 30 seconds if you don't know what you're doing, and that sucks, dude. That really, really sucks. So we don't want Klepto to take our hat, so we're trying to be as precise as we can be. So we're actually going to be showing you how this bird does not take her hat in a sec. But yeah. Luckily, Lost is a pretty fast kingdom. Actually faster than Cap Kingdom. It is, I think, the second fastest kingdom. And as you can see, we just stand on that platform. Now, Klepto is kind of a dumb bird. He actually believes that we actually gave Cappy back to him, but that's actually just not true. So now we can explore the parts where we usually would get Kleptoed. We can explore those parts without getting Kleptoed. Because what happens if you actually try to cross the bridge and you don't do Meme Tree, you can lose a lot of time. There you go, we're gonna grab this extra move down here. And yeah. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die. That trick's called Deathless, and basically, if you know what you're doing, you can actually refuse to die there, so it's pretty cool. That's actually one of the coolest things. That's actually not even that hard. And there we go. That's Lost Kingdom. That kingdom takes about... We probably spend about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in that kingdom. That's pretty good. Probably that might have even been a 2-1x. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're not here to think about time. We're here to have fun. Alright. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing Night Metro. Luckily, Night Metro is pretty, fairly easy, besides like one little boss that is called the Mecha Wiggler, which can ruin your day. Anyways, we're going to start off, just go down here, and as you can see, this wall that we're doing basically skipped like most of the kingdom instead of going all the way around. You just, with that trampoline. People used to like have a original way where they would try to go over these walls, but it was really slow, and that awning jump is pretty fast. Another thing here is that Goomba jump. We jump off the Goomba, gives us the height to get up to that platform without having to like, stall around. So yeah. And now we got City Hall, and this for a beginner, especially for beginners, can be pretty technical and tricky movement, but luckily we just skip all of these platforms by jumping off these poles at a certain part of the pole where we don't have to get hecked by them. And then at this point we could just gap the entire thing. So we're going to be jumping off Cappy. There we go. We gap the entirety of City Hall instead of having to go all the way around. There's another version of that trick where you can do it off the chest, and it was actually popularized by the runner Fur underscore, but it's very, very scary. Even that version can be scary, especially you can get something called a Valley Dive where Mario tries to land on Cappy but just misses Cappy completely. Named after your show, the legendary Valley. Yeah. It's pretty cool how like we just name everything after someone. We got skips and stuff like that. The community is so interesting in naming stuff. Well, thank you, man. $5 donation for sign. I really appreciate that. So yeah, as you can see, this Megalithiller. Ooh, I didn't get the greatest cycling, so we have to actually back up here. Ooh, I got 3 cycled, so there we go. So I was actually not far back enough. Basically, the fastest way to fight this is to hit him in 2 cycles, but if he goes to a 3rd cycle, it loses about 25 seconds. Not the end of the world, though. All we do is we just kind of accept, you know, the defeat, or accept what happened. In the right direction. And just like that, that's the end of the fight. So yeah, it was a pretty good up until the recycle, but not too bad. I'm also drinking my coffee for this marathon. And there we go, just like that. I tried to do a roll cancel there, kind of messed it up. But just like that, that's the entirety of Night Metro. Yeah, Night Metro is about 3 to 4 minutes depending on your skill set. Not too shabby though. That had to have been under 4 minutes. Yeah, it had to have been. Because everything else was decent. And another trick coming up is a type of dram that we do. There's going to be 2 drams actually. Just like the dram in Sand Kingdom. Dram is basically a popular runner, Dram 55, who was popularized for making dram strat. And basically, when you throw Cappy on to home in to capture something after grabbing it, it's considered a dram. Just like that, there's a dram. And then another clip coming up, scoop clip. Hold. I messed it up, it's fine. Back it up. So there you go. We use the scooter to clip into the cage by tilting basically your controller upside down. And that's can have enough for the hitbox to push through the cage and grab them. Also, here's another dram, pull dram. Again, same deal where you hold Cappy to something to capture while you're doing a task or grabbing a moon. Then also bench friends. Talk to this lonely guy. You know, he'll give you his moon. I wish people could just talk to me and I just receive stuff. Like, hey, here's $1 million. Or, I don't know how much power moons are worth, but basically, think about Metro Kingdom. There can be a lot of story involved, but again, in any percent, this is not what but in any percent, we try to skip all of the stories. So basically, Pauline's gonna ask us to form a band. But in reality, we are saying no to that. We're actually gonna grab just a few of these guys for their story moons, so we can leave the kingdom. Well, you actually need to get 4 musicians, but in the any percent round, you get about 2. So yeah, we're gonna go. There's also another route that I could have been doing in this run called bullet building, but it's also scary and it's like 3 seconds of time save. Yeah. There we go. So we just go over here, cool little movement. And we ground pound that Mech Wiggler piece that has a moon hidden in it. And then this will be the last musician we talk to. And the bassist just gives us this story moon we need to progress. Because there's going to be a lot of moon requirements. Some will be a little bit misleading though. Like Bowser's. So there we go. Now we're going to go over here. Back to this jump. Hey, there we go. What I just did there is another type of vector. And we did blind dive where I just dive shit on this moon without having to readjust. Just turn the camera in midair and it works. Now you're going to see me do is I'm going to point my camera down for this movement because if you actually point your camera down, this moon won't load in properly, so it's actually good to point your camera down. Then if I can do it, we'll spin pound off this. Yep. Cool. I'm gonna grab the centaur because I don't know what my coin count was. Oh, I didn't need it, unfortunately. Okay. So basically, the coins that we got in the Sphinx, you actually don't have to grab that centaur, but I just did it to play it safe because I did not know what my coin count was. Luckily, it doesn't lose much. Oops, little bonk. And yeah, we're about to finish off this kingdom. All we need to do is go into this people's room and just roll into this claustrophobic something that something that I'd be scared of, having to go through that many people. I'm not a fan of crowded areas, so yeah. And then here you go, two moons to the sub area, and we warp straight to the Odyssey. And just like that. Just like that, we're leaving Metro Kingdom. That's it. Metro is actually the most amount of moons required in any kingdom, so 20 moons is a lot. I think the second most would be Luncheon, but we have to make our way to Luncheon. So there we go. Just like that. And that actually marks the halfway point of the run, so if you guys want to read some donations, you may. Very nice. It's a big donations lately. Oh, so basically we just entered cell. We're grabbing this first one. We're talking to this Captain Toad. He's hidden in this little pile of snow, but we just revealed him and he gives us a little bit more. And now we're gonna go into the main piece of this kingdom, Shiveria. Shiveria is going to be a majority of where our moons are. So yeah. Over here, just buy some cardboard boxes. We got a moon here. Right behind us. You can actually get like some down kick there or rejection off that piece if you're not the right height of the jump. Oops. Okay. Now I'm gonna try a little moon push here. Nope, I didn't get it. So just the same as nut clip, there is a moon clip where, again, if you grab the moon at a certain frame where it flips you through the wall, you can clip through that wall. That was another variant of moon clip. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be try to get the cycle, didn't get it. That's fine. Just gonna cover it. So basically there's a way to those moving blocks are on a cycle. And you can actually, if you're at the right time, you can get shot by the blocks, by the haifus, and enough momentum to get up to that platform. You just have to then just blow off all these spinies. We'll make it to our next story move. And just like that, we are more than halfway done through Snow. Snow is actually one of the shorter kingdoms, I'd say. About 4 minutes, so nothing too crazy. There we go. Little scuff. So yeah. Now we got this next area, and there's actually a trick in this run called ICC, where these 4 Goombas that are required to open this little door that reveals a moon can actually go through like kind of like a corner flip, kind of like Kingdom, but way more precise. You have to line it up with like first person mode, and it's very advanced. But we're not going to be doing that as it's out of my skill range. We're just gonna, make our way over. But the way that ICC works is you grab this story moon first, and then do the clip, and then warp to the Odyssey. So yeah. Now, one of the scariest tricks of the run, this trick used to be one of the hardest tricks in the run back in like 2018. This trick is called Snow Tram. But before we do it, we have to grab one more moon over here. So, yeah. So basically, you grab shop last with this route. Some people grab it first, but I grab it last because of the routing. And then talk to these guys. And just like that. You purchase this moon. That's why we needed 200 coins this run, because we needed to purchase a moon in Wooded and then here. That's why I wanted to be cautious with the Endar. And there we go. We warped straight to the Odyssey. And here's one of the scariest tricks in this run. If you fail it, it's about a 15-second time loss or 20-second time loss. It's not good. Just go and line it up. That looks good. Yep. And basically, I try to make sure to get a good vector, time the rainbow spin, and the original way to get to the moon that I just grabbed is to go through a painting that's actually in post-game, but luckily speedrunners have learned how to get enough distance with a vault to get over there. So yeah, that used to be one of the scary tricks in the run, but luckily it's not anymore. Let's get some more donations, guys. Wow, $2,000. That's really cool. By Anonymous? You guys gotta really show. You gotta give yourself more credit. Just these random people who don't care about getting their name noticed. That's humility, though. Respect that. Anyways, we just entered Seaside. Seaside's got some interesting movement. Guess we're gonna make our way up to the top of this pretty quickly, actually. Just like that. The first moon's at the top of this platform. I'm pretty sure the proper way up there is to use a Gushing. We're speedy gamers. And as you can see, just like the one in sand, there's a moon in this floor. Sorry, I don't know why. I don't usually mess it up like that. Come on, man. Come on, Mario. Yeah. Another ground pound moon. Basically, the proper way to find that is to listen to the rumble of your controller. Just like Doom Moon, just like any ground pound moon that requires some rumble. But luckily, we know where the position is as muscle memory. As I got good muscle memory with that. I just messed up a little bit. That's fine. And majority of this kingdom is going to be underwater. Again, this is one of those kingdoms about 3 minutes, not too long. And you just kind of use the fish, and we're going to be pretty much guide the rest of the kingdom underwater. And there's also going to be a really cool and beginner-friendly trick coming up for you guys at home. So yeah, we're going to grab this moon under this tunnel. And also something to note, if you actually don't have enough coins when you're trying to for the snow in the shop moon snow, you can actually make seaside first and grab those coins in that tunnel. So there's a important backup for you guys. Instead of just resetting. And we just grab the story moon. And then these little seaweed piles, if we hit all three, go in the middle, spawns us another moon. And now here's a really cool game, a pretty cool glitch. This is called Fish Clip. Basically, if you push the fish right over the blue part of the sand, it can push through the map. And you can go out of bounds, grab these 2 moons. So here's one of them, actually. Oh. Oh, I got pushed back in bounds. I should have been more careful. So yeah, that is a really unfortunate time loss, actually. So what I have to do is, the proper way to do this is to talk to the Sphinx. There we go. So luckily we know it's the 4th question. But basically all I was going to do is clip into this room while I was out of bounds. But it was a little slow. But it's fine. We can recover it. And just like that. There you go. That's Seaside. Yeah, but we got the fish clip. It's just we clip back in. And that's pretty big time loss for a kingdom like Seaside. But it's okay. There we go. And just like that, that's Seaside. But no, that fish clip over there is very beginner friendly. If you have a beginner and 8% PBA, I recommend learning that early on, as it's actually just as simple as uncapturing and recapturing at the right spot. And it's not precise. What a lot of people don't know, if you hold Y and B at the same time, you can actually let the fish twirl like that, and that's the mechanic we used to get that clip. So now we're entering one of the most scariest kingdoms in the game, Luncheon Kingdom. I've had bad history with this kingdom. It's killed a lot of my personal runs, my PB paces. So this one isn't the easiest one. First off, we already got a trick that's already kind of scary. Salt triple. We do a triple off that salt instead of going up the normal way with like a platform that's placed for you. And just off that salt pile, we get enough height to get up here. Saves about 2 seconds, not too much time save. Then we go over here. We're gonna go over here. This like one kind of hidden back here. We're gonna grab this moon. Ooh, the fact that I kind of got startled there. So somehow the hitbox didn't let me die in the fire. That's kind of funny. But yeah, we got our boy Stewart here. Just another fight. It's pretty much the same difficulty as the Loaded one. All we're gonna do is just clap this boy. There's another route called Spiritless where you skip this fight and make a harder reroute for the kingdom. Limited because fighting this actually spawns a lot of moons, because not grabbing this story moon, they'll be missing platforms, they'll be missing moons, but it's about 7 seconds of time save, Spiritless is, so it's not worth it, especially for my level, so we're just gonna do the normal Spirit route. It's about a 58 level, like, people with like a 58, like, as their PB would probably go for something like that, but it's not really recommended sooner than that. And then here's a cool roll cancel we did. We roll canceled over the lava. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We're gonna make it up, and as you can see, there's a lot of weird geometry in a kingdom like Luncheon. Like the physics of the way that platforms land and that they work, it can be very confusing. Now we're gonna do this next trick where it's just, I don't know what you would call it. Basically, you're gonna, oh, I didn't get it. Basically, what you do is you hold out Cappy, and it smacks the crate, and this moon spawns while you're wall jumping. And it saves a little bit of time, but luckily it's not much time loss. Then we take a scroll and turnip, throw it into this little pot, and then we time a bonk. This bonk should have just enough height to grab the moon. Then another cool thing coming up is this lava bubble manip. As you can see, we're going to put our camera straight down. And there we go. And as you can see, the cycling for this lava bubble is a little bit quicker because we're pointing our camera down. That wasn't the greatest minute, but it still worked out. There we go. Now we're gonna make ourselves into fork string. Basically, this one's pretty simple. I mean, it can be a little scary at first, but you just capture some forks in this room, and usually it gets like that. There's only 2 moons in this, but on pace, and if you're trying to be as quick as possible, yes, this kingdom can be scary. And then another thing coming up, as you know, this lava bubble is supposed to go off a little small hump to get to the top, but luckily we know the hitbox in that spot. And then we make our way up to here. And now, another thing is, here's some more story progression that activates some platforms for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to break these cheese rocks, and it's going to spawn a lever to open up something. There was an alternative route called turnip clip route, where basically you would use a turnip and a pan bro to clip without having to hit the lever, but it's not possible in 1.3, only possible in 1.0, I think another version, but we don't end up doing that anymore. Besides, it didn't save much. It doesn't save as much as Spiralist, that's for sure. Yeah. Spiralist is one of the coolest reroutes, I feel like, that we did. SMO communities are very cool at finding routes. I actually discovered a new luncheon route recently, fairly recently. But it only applies to 2-player, unfortunately, so, yeah. Got my Jojo bean. So yeah, we're gonna go over here. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, really we go over here. We ground pound this moon in the back of these cliffs. And as you can see, the way that these platforms are looking, not a fan. So I just take this the safe way. So I just go over here. Like the fact that you can like return jump off some platform that looks like that, it's kind of creepy. So yeah. Anyways, we make our way all the way to the top of this. And just like that, last multi-moon by capturing that meat. And there we go. Lunch is a pretty scary kingdom. There's a lot of places to mess up. There's a lot of precise movement. And you gotta watch out. And also, since there's a cutscene here, we have to skip it. But that's it for yeah, that's it for luncheon. Luckily, this isn't a crazy hard kingdom now at my level. But at first, at like when you're a beginner, this kingdom can be very, very annoying and scary. So yeah. Yeah, and we're leaving about the 47.5 mark, which is pretty good. It's about a 105 pace, which is what I'm trying to aim for. Ideally, we beat Dangers, but I want to beat Dangers time. Get a 105.16. Anyways. So now another kingdom coming out. This is actually the kingdom closest to an auto-scroller. Basically, this is a different video game for a kingdom. Like, this dragon and rune kingdom shouldn't be in the game. It's like they took like a prototype from a different like game that like this dragon would make sense in, and we just get a demo of it in this game, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, the dragon basically has a soft spot on its head, and you just hit it 3 times. There's some also also dangerous strats I'm gonna be showing. And another thing, you gotta show some love for Captain Toad. I'm sorry. There's a little hint right there. It's basically just a distractor. You don't really hit the dragon. It actually loses time, but not enough to be worried. Like that, we do some sprint throws. And really, there's not much. It's crazy how, like, I am, like, 5 seconds slower, 6 seconds slower than the record. Like, as the kingdom is small, as a Tyrone 18 optimizes these kingdoms so well, to where, like, oh, this beginner may get, like, a 325 ruin, and Tyrone's gonna get, like, a 313. It's insane how it all works. So those hearts that I grabbed at the start, well, now we ground pounded them, so we're actually gonna need them now. So my health is running a little bit low. As long as we grab these 2 hearts, we'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, as you can see, if I damage boost, I can get to these swords a little bit faster. So make sure to watch your health on this. That's the thing. I feel like people say it's an auto-scroller, but you still gotta be pretty focused when it comes to certain parts. There we go. So this, again, about another 3.5 minute kingdom. Pretty fairly good. And yeah, that's the closest to the hottest glow we're gonna get in this entire run. So yeah. That's so cool. Go, we did it! One of the easiest kingdoms in the game. But I mean, as a beginner, I mean that fight you could probably easily die to. I wouldn't blame anyone to do it. But yeah. This run's going pretty well. We've hit some pretty cool tricks, and I'm ready for it to continue these next cool kingdoms coming up. So yeah, 15 minutes in the run. Let's use some more donations. Wow, $7,000. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. GDQ. Oh, we hit the Minecraft incentive. Oh, we did? Oh, shoot. We did it. That's amazing. I gotta go put on my Cappy hat. We'll do it for the last kingdom of the game, because this one can be a little tricky. There we go, BM. So now we got Bowser's and Moon Kingdom. But it's definitely not over yet. This is one of the scary kingdoms as well, especially if you're on base. So we're going to be doing some pretty cool movement up here. We're going to get to the top like that, instantly capturing the Spark Pylon, and now the first moon we collect. As you can see, you know how there's like hollow like circles to indicate how many moons we need? Well, the game tricks us to think that the run's finished, or until this is the last kingdom, but you know, there's the Moon Kingdom, so the game tries to trick you like that. That's why there's no moon requirement showing, to make you think that this is the last kingdom. How dare you to Nintendo. Anyways. Yeah. $190,000 for Minecraft is crazy. We actually hit the goal. But yeah. So now what we're gonna be doing is shards. We're gonna have 5 shards and a spawn store. And this movement can get crazy optimized and crazy scary. There we go. Luckily we know what we're doing. Oh. Slip up, it's fine. We capture this bird to open this last thing. Just like that. We grab this last shard. And there we go. A little sloppy, but it works. We grab this last story moon. Really liking this so far. Yep. So now we got another Dram strat coming up. This is called Bowser Dram again. Dram 55. So basically, we're gonna time up. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. Okay. So Mario was facing the wrong way there. So that's here. As long as you get the trick. So basically, we're gonna. Oh. Oh. Keep getting input drops. All right. So. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We still got it. Okay. So yeah. About 20 seconds of time loss, it's fine. Yeah, not supposed to die there. That's not a good place to die. So yeah. So now basically we're gonna be fighting these last two bunnies for the last story moon. Harriet is indeed faster. So if you don't do Harriet, you're gonna lose 0.0000.00 seconds. So just make sure to keep that in mind. But yeah, basically all we're gonna do is this is a little bit harder. There's one in Sand Kingdom that you don't actually fight unless you're do the World Peace category. So basically what we're doing is she has 2 bombs to the 1, so you have to make sure to hit ideally the right one every time. And there we go. There's Harriet done. She's done for. She's screwed. She's Jover. It's over. And now we got another fight right here. Topper. Luckily, Topper's pretty easy. You just step on his hats. It's kind of like the one in Cap Kingdom, although he has more hats, and his phases are longer. So he's got 3 phases instead of 2. So yeah, just like that. Easy peasy. Not even a challenge. So yeah, now we got some of the scariest parts of the entire run. And these parts are the reason why I reset in late game. Because there's some pretty tricky and annoying parts. But yeah, oh. So yeah, that's the last story moon of the game. No, it's not the last story moon. The last single story moon. There's a multi-moon we collect, but yeah. But you actually need 8 moons for this kingdom, and even though it doesn't tell you how many, we know we need 8 though. So that's why we're trying to route these moons in between. And now we got a final moon, and it's the final non-story moon. So we do a triple jump, precisely do a triple jump, and we go around like this, hit the crate, and just like that. And then we go through this pipe. And what I'm gonna do is, just because I'm a little nervous at this point, I'm gonna play it a little bit safe and wait for the camera to turn. Because there is a way to do it without the camera turning, but it's very risky. Alright. Now what we're gonna do is capture this Pokeo so we can scale the entirety up this big wall. There's 2 big walls. There's one with these spinning circles, and there's ones with these just metal and like open spots. As long as you know what you're doing, this is one of the easiest parts. Now here's the most scariest part of the run that, it doesn't matter if I fail it, but ideally we don't. This is Mech, and Mech is very scary. Basically, we barely have enough room to climb on those spots on the lake. And these are the little bubbles give us enough height to stand. We get enough hitbox to stand on to get on top of the mech. Sorry, I can't talk. There we go. And then we just, time a spin pound. The original strat was actually to go on the other side and do the other leg, which, yeah. And then another alternative is to kill Spirit first. We're going to be doing the strat called Target Acquired. Where we kill Harriet, and we stand at the right spot. And we kill Spirit by timing the spin pound. Which that trick is not easy, especially if you don't know how to do spin pounds, if you can't do a spin pound fast enough. Yeah. There's a backup where if you land on the flap and you don't fall off, you can actually still recover. You'll lose a little bit of time, but not much. There we go. And that trick is called Birdless. So yeah, we're coming up to our last kingdom. And last moons in the entire run, because you don't get moons in Moon. You don't get moons in Moon Kingdom. But there you go. That's a scary mech fight, but luckily we actually did really good. That was a good mech for me. We crushed mech. We destroyed it. That fight can take like 5 minutes for a casual player, even more. And luckily, it takes about a minute to do with the Burler strats. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So there we go. Okay. Come on, man. Let's get Final Kingdom of the Run. A little nervous. Let's see what we're gonna be doing. Oh, whoa. There we go. And leaving Bowser's in under an hour. So we got about 5 minutes of the game left, but it's not over. Again, it's never over till it's over. This is Moon Kingdom. Especially with nerves, you can fail this kingdom miserably. But ideally we don't. And we'll be a speedy gamer. So yeah. We're almost done with the run. A good any percent run is about under an hour. And I'm fairly close to that, but yeah. So yeah, what we're gonna do is another type of vectoring. We're gonna vector this triple jump like this. Alright. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That is not good. Well, that's unfortunate. It's okay though. Luckily, we didn't lose much time because we didn't have to like all the back. It's just I didn't do that properly. There we go. There we go. There's a vector jump. We're just gonna dive over this little moon snake thing. So yep. So yeah, just a little bit of rolling at the start. The start of Overworld's fairly easy. And we're gonna come up to the biggest time save in the run. About 3 minutes of time save. I'm gonna grab these two rocket flyers. This is a little slow. And we're gonna vector these jumps a little bit. And we're gonna kind of hug this wall. And we're gonna ground pound off the Sphinx. Let's see if we can get this first try. There we go, we got it. And just like that, about 3 minutes of the entire run saved. Just from that jump. That trick was discovered within like the first week of the game. That's a pretty old trick, but it's actually fairly easy for beginners. That's what I recommend. If you're gonna get into speedrunning this game, make sure to learn Dino Skip and Moon Clip, and also Fish Clip, ideally. Those are really the only tricks you need to know to do speedrunning. Ideally, you would learn the routes, but as long as you know those tricks, you should be good. So now, yeah, we're gonna be doing this phase a little bit differently. As you can see, I didn't just go up to close to it with just time and capital cloud. The phase actually works. The first phase, this works differently. So the difference in this fight is he's gonna have this little phase where if we sit in the right spot, we should be fine. But we're just gonna jump over these fire, and also the hitbox of the fire is pretty crazy. I mean, when you think that you touched it, you really don't. This game's weird with some of these hitboxes. So yeah, same gist, just more hats. Ooh, we give it. Alright, that's not good. Very good. So yeah, if you fail fast hats, luckily it doesn't lose too much time. You just go through the platform and just do it all over again. But yeah, fast hats is a little bit more tricky, more hats, and the first phase is different. Where you have to actually like get the hat and then come to him instead of like grab it instantly. There we go. Just like that, you should be done with this phase. There we go. And we're gonna take damage. Cap throw. There we go. Last phase. As you see, get hats. Fine. And we're like, oh, we're at 2 hearts. Oh no. This is not good. Well, one of the coolest things in this game is you get to actually capture Bowser. The entire game and how you're capturing these kind of cool things, but not as cool, is capturing your enemy and using him for the win. So yeah, Bowser's really big and really strong. You can actually break through these walls. As you can see, we got Peach on my shoulder. You can tell Peach is She likes this new Mario. Yeah, we possess Bowser, and then we just break this little bridge over here. Now there is a very hard trick in the run called 2DSS. You will not be seeing that, unfortunately. It's very, very difficult. Basically, 7 invisible platforms with little to no, with almost no room for error. Actually, pretty much no room for error. But here's another thing: 2D skip. That's the skip. That's before the 2DSS. So that's 2DSS is 2D skip. That was 2D skip. The no XD skip. There's a stupid trick made by Small Ant that loses time. There is a fast XD, but I didn't do it there. There we go. Can we do it, guys? Can we beat Danger's PB? I want to beat my boy Danger's run. We can do it. We can do it. I'm just gonna bop Danger's GDQ run. Let's do it. So yeah. Now I got these pillars. Hit all 5 shots. There we go. Did we hit all 5? Nah, we didn't hit all 5. So basically, finish off the run with these pillars. Like that. There we go. All I have to do is hit this moon rock, and that is the end of my GDQ showcase. And that is officially bopping Dangers is 105.16 with a new second place. 105.14. I am so glad for GDQ to share this opportunity. Oh, we'll just let the cutscene play. But yeah, and I really wanted to do this for a while, so thank you. Estimate was 102, so 105 is not great, but it's fine. It would have been hard to play close to my PP anyway. Here you go, 105.14. There's your no reset, guys. I really like 80%. I've put over a year and a half on it, and couldn't have loved it more. Especially with what we've been able to do and the tricks we've created to bring down this time. And just thinking that you might think this 105 is pretty impressive for beginners looking at this. Well, buddy, world record is 56.06, which was actually pretty recently. So it's actually crazy how fast we can go. My goal is to get about a sub-hour, but you know, we pick it, we choose, and we learn. It's some pretty cool tricks. We hit DSS this run. We hit Snowdram this run. We hit some pretty cool tricks this run, so I'm glad to showcase all of this. That's going to be it for my run. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the donations. And thank you for all the support. That's going to be me signing off on my GDQ run. Let's let the other runners do their thing. Anyways, let's take it to Minecraft.